Hacks is back with season 4, and we're in for even more drama and laughs.
Let go. No, let go.
But is the cast's off-screen life as intriguing as the series? Which actor is married to their colleague? What made Carl Clemons-Hopkins almost quit acting? And why was Mark Indelicato so frightened by Jean Smart?
It's just her, like her demeanor.
Let's dive in. Hannah Einbinder as Ava. Can you believe Hacks was her first ever on-screen gig? Even the 29-year-old didn't expect the show to blow up.
I didn't. I don't know that I could have ever expected this. It's kind of like the most iconic dream come true. A dream so audacious, I don't even think I would have dreamed it.
Well, maybe showbiz is just in her DNA. Her mom is SNL legend Lorraine Newman, and her dad is comedian Chad Einbinder. But funnily enough, even Lorraine had her doubts. She had no acting experience, and as a mother, I was worried, but I didn't need to be. Yeah, it turns out Hannah's got the chops. She's already snagged 3 Primetime Emmy nominations, 2 Golden Globe nods, and a Critics' Choice Award. Before Hacks, she was making people laugh on stage as a stand-up comedian. In fact, when she appeared on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert in 2020, she was the youngest comic to ever do so. And last year, she dropped her comedy special, Everything Must Go on Max, where she hilariously tackles climate change, ecology, and bees. Speaking of nature, she's also really into fungi.
You know, mushrooms, they do decompose and they do break down life, but they also make it possible for life to grow. And it's kind of this poetic, beautiful thing beneath our feet right now.
When it comes to her personal life, Hannah keeps things low-key. She previously dated comedian Alex Edelman, but they split in 2023. She also identifies as bisexual and has been an outspoken advocate for LGBTQ+ rights. Recently, she received HRC's Visibility Award for her work in representation.
I am so inspired by my community members, my queer elders, both with us and not, who have bled for my right to be here.
Next, let's check her co-star. Paul W. Downs is Jimmy. The 42-year-old isn't just the guy playing Deborah's stressed-out manager. He also co-created and co-runs Hacks. The tricky part? Making sure he doesn't play favorites with his own character. I am the last to pitch for Jimmy and also the first in the edit to say, we could cut a couple of Jimmy lines if we need to tighten the scene. And for Paul, Hacks is more than just a job, it's a family business. He's married to its co-creator, Lucia Aniello, who gave him the most iconic thank you during her 2021 Emmy speech.
To Paul, I'm in love with you, which is why I married you last weekend.
And fun fact, Lucia went into labor while directing the season 2 finale, with Paul acting in it. In this particular scene, I had to be nervous. And so guess what? I had a lot to draw on. We always say that right now, Hacks is our firstborn and our son is our second. By the way, Downs thinks comedy could be in his boy's genes.
He might be a comedian because he does impersonations. He really rips me and his mother apart.
Before Hacks, Paul popped up in shows like Broad City and the comedy Rough Night. But something tells us he's just getting started. Now let's talk about his on-screen assistant.
I said yes!
Megan Stalter as Kayla. Oh, we love this gal. And guess what? The actress knows she's perfect for Hacks.
Thank you. I really am amazing in it.
Yeah, you are.
I really am good.
And she's having the time of her life on set.
No, it was the most fun part to play ever, and it was like the creators of the show and the whole cast and crew, just a dream to work with, so they really let me absolutely go off.
At 34, Megan shines with confidence and isn't afraid to push boundaries in the industry. She started as a comedian, posting hilariously chaotic sketches on Instagram.
Tell me when to go. Tell me when to go. Hi there, I'm Megan Stalter, and we're in the Buckingham Palace.
Beyond Hacks, she starred in the indie film Cora Bora, a project that meant a lot to her as a bisexual woman. I would have loved to see a movie like this when I was younger. You don't often see the lead of a movie as bisexual, not super skinny and also in a bad mood all the time. Off-screen, Stalter is in a loving, committed relationship with her girlfriend Maddie. She doesn't share too many details, but judging by their adorable snaps on social media, they're thriving. Okay, who's next? Carl Clemons-Hopkins as Marcus. He started acting at the age of 6 and built a solid theater career. Then, in 2016, everything changed when Carl watched Moonlight.
There was actually, characters I recognized, stories that looked like mine
places that I knew of. You know, it was really, really life-changing.
Inspired, Clemons-Hopkins shifted his focus to film and TV, landing small roles in Chicago Med and The Chi. But he hadn't quite found that big break. By the time the pandemic hit, Carl was ready to call it quits and was actively preparing for business school. And then, fate intervened.
And then this was the 24-hour turnaround, self-tape audition, and I did it, sent it, and kind of forgot about it. And it actually ended up being Hacks, and now we're here.
Not only did the show change his career, but Clemons-Hopkins also made history as the first gender non-binary actor to be nominated for a Primetime Emmy in the award show's 73-year history.
It's really exciting to know that I'm not the last. And it's really exciting to know that we can start slowly coming out of these archaic separations.
And his viral red carpet look? That was a statement too.
It is the colors of the non-binary flag.
At 37, Carl is proud to be part of this on-screen representation. It's less about me putting a new label on myself and more about taking unnecessary labels off. As for his love life, Carl keeps things very private, so we don't know if he is married or in any relationship. But maybe our next star will spill some tea? Rose Abdoo as Josefina. At 62, the actress has been shining on screens for a long time. She's been in tons of films and series, but let's be real. You probably remember her best as Gypsy from Gilmore Girls or Senorita Rodriguez, the sassy Spanish teacher from That's So Raven. But Hacks? That one hooked her instantly.
I've never read a better pilot. I mean, I've been auditioning for shows how many years now? Since '93. And I had never read a pilot that made me so interested in to see what was going to happen next.
Off-screen, Abdoo happily married with writer Matt Napkin, and the couple lives in LA with their adorable dog, Henry. And if you just can't get enough of Josefina, don't worry. Rose is super active on Instagram, constantly sharing snaps with friends and co-stars. Go check it out after you finish this video. Meanwhile, we move on to Mark Indelicato as Damien. The actor has been in the game since childhood, but his big break came at just 12 years old as Justin Suarez on Ugly Betty. The character became an icon for LGBTQ+ representation on TV, and his journey resonated deeply with audiences. I learned so much about myself from playing Justin, and similarly to many fans of the show, Justin's coming out story also gave me the strength to come out myself. Justin Suarez is still one of my heroes. By the way, Mark recently reunited with his Ugly Betty co-stars at the 36th Annual GLAAD Media Awards. He hit the stage alongside Michael Urie, Becky Newton, and Anna Ortiz, with plenty of behind-the-scenes snaps to prove it. His latest appearances include the show With Love and the film She's the He. And of course, he'll be back for season 4 of Hacks. For Indelicato, one of the most meaningful things about the series is its authentic queer representation, both on and off screen.
We have so many queer people working on the show, whether they're writers or, working on the crew, etc., that, I think that it's incredible.
Still, stepping onto the set with Jean Smart, a little intimidating.
But that helped me, get into Damien.
Yeah.
It made it easier for me to, become that character because I was legitimately so frightened of her.
Yeah, who wouldn't be? As for his personal life, Mark keeps things private. The 30-year-old actor is openly gay, but there's no mention of a partner. So for now, we assume he's single. And with that, let's talk about his on-screen boss. Jean Smart as Deborah. The 73-year-old is one of the most revered TV comedy actresses of all time. Known for her iconic roles in Designing Women, Frasier, and Samantha Who, her filmography also includes acclaimed movies like Guinevere, The Accountant, and Babylon. Jean is one of only 2 actresses ever nominated for lead, supporting, and guest performances in comedy. The other, the legendary Betty White. Beyond Hacks, Jean's latest project is the new TV series, The Studio. Now let's talk about that on-screen duo. Deborah and Ava's chemistry is pure gold. But did you know Jean and Hannah Einbinder clicked off-screen from day one?
She very sweetly came up to me and said, I just want to thank you so much for your support because they told me that you really went to bat for me, which I did. She was my favorite. In fact, I told the producers that if they didn't hire you, I wasn't going to do the show. And she said, really? I went, no.
Smart even gave Hannah a special shout out during her 2025 Golden Globe acceptance speech.
Without Ava, there would be no Deborah.
When it comes to her real-life love story, Smart met her late husband, Richard Gilliland, on the set of Designing Women.
I thought he was really cute, and I'd watch him kissing Annie going, okay. But no, so at one point I asked him into my trailer to help me with a crossword puzzle.
The couple was married for 35 years until Richard's passing in March 2021. They shared 2 sons. Their first child was born in 1989, and they adopted their second in 2009. And that's a wrap for this video. Are you loving Hacks Season 4 so far? Tell us in the comments, and as always, stay awesome.